And we're going to have a conversation about this bullshit ass Section 8. And we're going to also have a conversation about whatever this tax proposal bill that Donald Trump came up with was blocked by Republicans, right? Or at least that's what I heard, right? But the first thing I want to do is start off with this bullshit ass fucking video about Section 8 and how they supposed to cut it and let you guys listen to some of the stupid shit that everybody is saying, because everybody talking stupid. Even the person who videoed this is either misinformed, either stupid, or just refused to talk about everything. Now, y'all know I got a fucking problem with that because I believe that that's part of the biggest problem that people face today. Like, for example, the fact that how our people, melanated people, Negroes, niggas, aren't shit. They're more involved in this bullshit that's going on in society, in this world, than they let on. And nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to talk about Zionists. Everybody wants to talk about Jews and fake Jews and all this other fucking shit. But they don't want to have a real conversation. Like the energy they put into talking about fake Jews and Zionists and all this other shit, they won't take that same energy, that same strength, and put that into talking about these niggas. So y'all know I hate that shit. And everything you all are finna hear in this video is either gonna be some stupid shit, some I'm not informed shit, or a motherfucker's just flat out fucking dumb. That's all you're gonna hear in this 12-minute little video. Let's get it started.
I just got out of a meeting with my DHS caseworker, and she is threatening me once again to take everything unless I go and get a job. I explained to her I can't go and get a job. Actually, it's not even that I can't. It's that I do not want to. I have been on welfare for 13 years. 13 years I have been on Section 8, so I haven't had to pay rent. Okay, food stamps, cash assistance, disability. I don't even know how a job works, okay? I don't want to work. That is the whole point. I don't want to work. I told her she is not going to take my food stamps. She is not going to take my Section 8. And I'm still not going to work. You trying to get me to work and me refusing is a you problem. It's not a me problem.
So let me get this straight. The guy would go toilet.
So the first thing that we want to talk about in that first little clip with this woman, I appreciate her honesty. Fuck y'all and fuck how y'all feel. I appreciate her honesty. She was honest. She ain't got no job. She ain't going to get one and she don't want one. Now, whether or not if she's right or wrong, I didn't say that. I said I appreciate her honesty. The second thing that we want to take a look at in regards to what she just said is that the motherfuckers are threatening to cut her off if she don't go get a job. Why the fuck she got to go get a job? Why do she have to join the slave society? Why couldn't you tell her to start her own motherfucking business? Oh, that's right, because you weren't taught that in school. Let's go.
Wants to end Section 8. So the Trump administration is now floating the idea of cutting Section 8.
I personally don't agree with a lot of things Trump is saying, but this one specific thing makes sense to me. To all the people that's on Section 8, he is giving y'all 2 years to get on your feet. Trump says stop being dependent and become independent. I agree.
So here's my question. Who the fuck is he to tell you anything? See, y'all know my motherfucking attitude and my mind and the way I operate is completely different from everybody's. Who in the fuck is Donald Trump to tell motherfuckers anything? Right? Now here it is, I'm gonna propose something else that I know I'm gonna get crickets on, but I'm gonna propose it anyway. Remember how I got crickets on the motherfucking video I did about the Pope? Not the one that I did the other day, but the one that I did showing him kissing the motherfuckers' feet. Remember how I got crickets from everybody, from the Aboriginal community, from the historian community, from all of these motherfucking philosophers and stoics and shit? None of them had nothing to say. I'm gonna propose another thing that ain't no motherfucking body gonna clap back on, and it's simple. My question is simple. With all of the living, breathing things walking, crawling, flying around this motherfucking plane, why is it that we the only motherfuckers who pay for somewhere to live? Now, how many of you motherfuckers gonna be courageous enough to give me a legitimate fucking reason in the comment section? Which one of y'all? Who one of y'all gonna be fucking courageous enough to legitimately answer why we the only fucking people on this plane or the only creatures on this plane that pay for housing? Which one of y'all gonna come back with a legitimate fucking reason?
Hey, I'm not knocking nobody's situation, but if you really think about it, Section 8 is only to assist you to get on your feet. Section 8 is a stepping stone to get you on your feet.
Why do you need it, sister? Why do you need the stepping stone? Why do you need the stepping stone? You need the stepping stone, woman, because we the only creatures on the planet that pay for somewhere to fucking live. And spoiler alert, guys, within this whole 12 minutes and 18 seconds of this video, nobody's going to talk about this. Continue.
Section 8 is not something you should depend on for the rest of your life.
Y'all on Section 8. You guys thought you weren't going to suffer with us through this housing crisis, huh? Nah, we in this together. We all in this together. No exceptions. Let's talk.
Ain't nothing funny and it ain't shit to smile about. All you see is her teeth. All you see is her fucking teeth. And there ain't shit funny about this. Nothing.
About it. Hey, all jokes aside though, I don't think this is really a good time to be implementing this. Because unless housing prices drop or wages increase, a lot of people are gonna go homeless.
Do you see that? She's not talking about you not having to pay for housing. And she's not talking to you about not going into a slave society. Here it is. They tell you, right, listen, y'all hearing this. The other girl just told you, Donald Trump is giving you all 2 years to get on y'all feet. Donald Trump is giving y'all 2 years to go out and get a job. But yet that very same woman won't talk to you about the shit you have to go through on your job. There was a conversation, it was a little while back, and the people that watch this video that's in the SMS, they know what I'm talking about. There was a conversation, I'm not going to say the two brothers' names because it kind of got into a little bit of a heated argument, right? But the conversation started out where the one brother was expressing, he dropped a video in the SMS that he made talking about jobs and the shit you go through on the job, right? And, you know, somebody else seen it and it kind of led to some words being exchanged and this, that, and the other within the SMS. Now, I'm not going to say these two brothers' names, right? But if they watch this video, they know who the fuck I'm talking about. One of the things that I appreciated about the brother who dropped his video in the SMS about the jobs, one of the things that I appreciated is the fact of he acknowledges wholeheartedly that this type of shit that you go through on the job makes not having a job worth it. It makes you not getting up going to work worth it. And when you hear a motherfucker tell you to go out there and get a job, but yet you dealing with what the brother dropped in the SMS, when you have to deal with that and then you don't want to take that into no count and no fucking consideration, it causes motherfuckers to be like how he was in his video and how I am now. So, bro, if you watching this video, you know who the fuck you are. I agree with what you was talking about in that video you made that you dropped in SMS. I agree with you, dog. I agree with you. Our people ain't shit on these jobs. They do backstab each other and do all this other stupid shit. And like how I said, with the hundreds of jobs that I've had in my motherfucking life, jobs will go a lot fucking smoother if we didn't treat each other the way that we did on the job. And if we actually acknowledge the fact that we the only group on the motherfucking job that treat each other like that. Here it is, all she talking about is a motherfucking job and motherfucking you making more money on your job and them bringing the price of housing down. Not the fact that you're not supposed to be paying for the motherfucking house. Not the fact that they stripped you of your ability to be able to build your own motherfucking house. We're having to get all these licenses and permits and permission and shit to be able to build your own fucking house. And right now in 2025, building your own house has been taken out of the common man's hands. And ain't nobody talking about this shit. Nobody.
What the f is wrong with Section 8? When did that become such a bad thing? Like, it's good over here.
When did it become a bad thing for a man to build his own house? Ain't that what a beaver do? Ain't that what a squirrel do? Ain't that what a motherfucking owl do? Don't coyotes build dens and shit? You motherfuckers are dumb. Everybody I'm around is fucking stupid. It ain't me, it's y'all.
Run me that Section 8 immediately. Get it to me now. Like, what are we talking about? Like, are y'all cool? Are y'all okay? Y'all care so much about what people think, how people feel. Do you know what type of houses people are getting on Section 8? Are y'all cool? Y'all are not.
First and foremost, I kind of sort of don't disagree with her because you're not supposed to be paying for housing. That's first and foremost. Second of all, the whole thing about the kind of careers motherfuckers be getting on Section 8, that's some real shit. Motherfuckers are on Section 8 in the presidential towers here in Chicago. Somebody go to Google and Google presidential towers in Chicago and pull up them big ass skyscraper buildings, apartment buildings, condo buildings that they got. Pull them motherfuckers up on Google and you be like, damn, motherfuckers in here with Section 8. You fucking A right they are. She ain't lying. She do got a little bit of an ignorance about her, but I do agree with some of the shit she's saying. You ain't supposed to be paying for no motherfucking housing. Now, don't misunderstand me. You shouldn't need Section 8 for that to happen. But a beaver don't motherfucking get Section 8. So fuck what you talking about. You're not going to tell me we're at the top of the food chain. We the smartest motherfucking species on the fucking planet. But we too fucking dumb to figure out that if a beaver can build his house, I can too. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, like, please give me the Section 8. Is the list open? Is the list like, what? Run me that. I don't care. I will get that tattooed on my cheek. I got Section 8. Y'all crazy. Can I just say something?
They just implemented the Real ID on the 7th of May. Here it is, a motherfucking bird jump off of a branch and take flight whenever the fuck he or she feels like it and go wherever the fuck they want to go without a passport. But you niggas still running around here talking about we the smartest motherfucking species, we the strongest species and all this other shit, but we not intelligent enough to figure out that? Y'all miss me with this shit.
Section 8 is not a legacy. That is something you do not want to leave for your damn children. Focus on getting yourself together. Some people have been on Section 8 for 10, 20, 30 years. Then their children. That ain't no legacy. Creating a business and passing the business on to your children. Now that's a legacy. Focus on home ownership. Something for yourself. So then they can't come and take nothing from you. Because the government get ready to shut all that down.
Now, here it is. The whole thing about owning your own business is true. But then she's talking about the government getting ready to shut all that down like it's a badge of honor. They had no business in control to be... How old is this fucking woman, man? Because she older than me. She's a lot older than me. The government lady, I'm talking about you on screen, lady. The government had no fucking business being involved to begin with. They had no business getting involved in telling you you can't build your own motherfucking house. Because that's who did it. It was the government. This old ass chick you see on the screen, her great grandfather built his house. The fuck, man? See, if y'all niggas weren't on here with y'all agendas and shit, everybody want to monetize, they want to sell their little t-shirts and their socks and all this other shit. It's money motivated, man. Because otherwise, why else are you doing it? Why else are you getting on here selling handkerchiefs and shit? Why? The shit is money motivated. I don't give a fuck who you are. When you taking donations and you on here selling shit, part of your agenda is money. Because if it wasn't, why are you doing it? This is what's wrong. This is the reason for why I'm accusing people of on being on social media, being disingenuous. This is why. Ain't nobody talking about what really needs to be talked about. This be the reason for why when y'all watch my videos, it appears as if I'm going against the grain for everything and everybody. And you want to know why? It's because I am. God damn, I'm against my own relatives. They not my relatives, man. They're not.
It ain't gonna be no food stamps. It ain't gonna be no Section 8. It ain't gonna be none of that. It's for young, able-bodied people. Now, for seniors and disabled people, yes, they need it.
See? Do you see that? Do you see how y'all always putting limitations and stipulations on motherfuckers? Let me give you an example of what that sound like. what she just got through saying about the elderly and disabled. Let me give you an example of what that sounds like. Here it is, the police pull your motherfucking ass over for being on your cell phone, but this piece of shit motherfucker is driving around with a whole laptop. What is wrong with y'all? Here it is, the cops pull you over because they say the tint on your windows is too dark, right? But the cop that pulled you over got limo tint on his shit. When I say motherfuckers are pathetic, I'm talking about from the people that's the closest to me to the motherfuckers I don't even know. Motherfuckers are pathetic. Including this woman you looking at on screen.
Let them have it. But for young people who are able to get up and go to work, man, make some shit happen and get off.
Oh yeah, the police can ride around with limo tint on their car, but for the people who don't carry a badge, nope, no, y'all can't do it. That's all I'm hearing. This woman is disgusting. And any fucking body that go along with this shit, don't care about it, ain't willing to talk about it, can't point it out, they disgusting too. You could be my own fucking mother.
Because it ain't gonna be there for you. And you don't want that type of legacy for your family, no way. Really?
I approve that message 100%.
I don't, because I don't want to leave a motherfucking legacy to where only certain people can do shit and the rest of the fucking people can't. I don't want to leave that legacy either. The fuck is wrong with y'all?
Section 8 is not a legacy. But what you see so many people doing is passing down nothing but failure to their children, repeating the cycle of defeat and struggle. Then they get mad at people telling the truth, even folks who...
Listen to me, y'all. The failure is from the top to the bottom and everything in between. My thing is this, for all of you intellectually smart motherfuckers. How can you say a system is broken when it was designed for the fucking intended purpose that it's doing now? How in the fuck you gonna say the system is broken? They designed it to do exactly what it's doing, and you mean to tell me it's broken? Motherfucker, no, it's not. It's working perfectly. Man, come on, man. What is wrong with y'all?
live through being low income, calling out the vicious cycle.
You know what really bothers me is that the people on low income housing are trying to act like we're hallucinating. Like they're not living in real time in chaotic situations. Like they're not seeing the perpetuating cycle of the abuse of the system. Why are you guys doing that? I lived in it. Why are you justifying? And I get that people are products of their environment, but it flabbergasts me that you would choose to be a product of that environment when you see how stressful and struggle-worthy it is. But me, someone who's trying to work my way out of low income, just out of the low income tax bracket and be more, and then send the ladder back down with resources, you guys are treating me like the redheaded stepchild. I live low income. I have lived experience. But if the YT man gets on here and says anything, it's a problem. Let us be accountable as people. Can my people please come together and let's work on accountability? I love you guys so much.
Now, here's my thing with that. She's 100% right. Our people do need to come together. But here's what you need to understand, sister. Our fucking people are too goddamn stupid. And I'm talking about from the ones that's the closest to us to the ones we don't know. They're morons. Then we're not being taught shit. Like how y'all keep hearing me say, our fucking people are not victims. They're cheerleaders. It's not being talked about, man. There's not enough light being shedded on the sororities and the fraternities and the Eastern Stars and the Black Masonic orders like the Prince Hall and the fucking Boulay. It's not being shoved down these niggas' throats. And I mean literally, this shit should be shoved down niggas' throats so they fully understand what's going on. So they understand that it ain't just the fact that Tyler Perry could have got a real woman to play Medea. It's not just that. It's the fact that Tyler Perry is a Freemason. This shit is not being overly talked about. That means everywhere you turn, everywhere you run, every fucking radio station you put on, they talking about these nothing-ass niggas that's a part of these groups. That's how you get to the Pope kissing niggas' feet. The last Pope, the one that just died, we just got a new Pope, right? They just replaced him, right? The Pope that just died is the Pope that I'm talking about. He kissed 2 niggas' feet and a sister. He kissed her feet too. And nobody's talking about it. But all y'all want to say is the white man, the white man, the white man. Well, this is a white man. He just kissed some black people's feet. A very powerful white man. He the fucking Pope. Why did he kiss them 2 brothers and that one sister feet? Why was he on his hands and knees when he was doing it? Why? You know why? It's because you motherfuckers play too much. All you motherfuckers who think y'all intelligent and y'all know shit, hoarding information, making people pay for the fucking information and all this shit, it's because y'all ain't shit. That's the reason for why he was kissing their feet. Now, go chew on that. Go figure out what I mean by that.
If you guys don't believe that low-income housing is a problem, let me explain this to you. My grandmother lived in the apartment building, then my mother and father lived in the apartment building, okay? Then all of my aunts got their first apartment in the apartment building, okay? Then I moved out of there, but I moved back to the apartment building, okay? All right? And now all the people that are still there, their parents lived in low income. Listen, look at yourself right now and tell me, how did you get introduced to low income housing? Your parents, right? Boo and Morristown, all of you guys. It's generational after generational. And you have a few people that are getting off of it, a few people that are getting it, that are catching on, that wow. You guys.
Our people were the ones that encouraged us to get it. Y'all don't remember hearing that back in the day? Man, we fought for this shit. This all right. Who was the fucking people encouraging motherfuckers to get on it? All I'm saying, if everybody talked about every fucking thing, I wouldn't have this issue. See, these videos right here be the videos where I got a fucking problem, man. I got a fucking headache right now over this shit. And it's for one reason. And that's because motherfuckers ain't talking about everything. I have not met one fucking person, whether if it be on social media or in real life. I have not met one person, not one, regardless of skin tone, age, sex, culture, creed, regardless. I ain't met not one motherfucking person that was willing to give energy to all of this shit. Every fucking body I've ever met has picked and choose what they wanted to talk about and danced around everything else. Every fucking body I've ever met. Everybody. That includes you.
Believe me, I'm not the problem. You are.
Yeah, it's definitely a cycle being passed from generation to generation, handing down a piss poor poverty mindset. Then people get mad when people like her tell the truth.
Real fast, real quick. So if you don't.
It's not that some of these motherfuckers are not telling the truth. They're not telling it all. Like how I just fucking said. It was our own fucking people that encouraged us to get on it. That's the shit she leaving out. I didn't say she was lying. I said she ain't talking about everything, and she's unwilling to. And a great deal of it is because she don't know. But yet she want to get on here and put the cart before the horse and start fucking speaking before she learn. Some of this shit you don't have to read no book for, people. Some of this shit you don't have to read United States codes for and Code of Federal Regulations and you know the stuff we be reading, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, the book thing, you know what I'm saying? I share a lot of videos of people that be on here reading books and stuff like that. I leave that to them. Now, y'all know I read a lot of United States codes and Code of Federal Regulations and, you know, this, that, and the other, right? I read my shit too, right? But we don't have to, some of this shit we don't have to pick up a book for. Some of this should just be knowledge that you can literally pull out of the fucking sky. But with everybody taking the COVID shot, everybody watching motherfucking Desperate Housewives and all this other fucking bullshit, you don't have that ability.
Want me, a person that live low income, to speak on the low income experience, who would you like to? Huh? Huh? Me, a person that's assessed the situation. I've assessed that you're living foul. But you don't want me. You don't want me to assess the situation. So if you don't want me to assess the situation as a person who grew up low income for a majority of my life, until our parents got us out of that, then what do you want me to do? I'm asking. I'm asking.
Lady, what I want you to do is fucking learn. None of that shit she just said out of her mouth gives her an inability to learn, to self-educate. See, this is what I be talking about. Well, what can I do? What am I supposed to do? It's like, motherfucker, goddamn, it ain't never occurred to you that you should be fucking learning. Here it is, you raggedy, lazy motherfuckers been on Section 8. Y'all ain't had no motherfucking job. Y'all ain't had nothing but time. And your dumb ass still ain't learned nothing. And you want to talk to me about low income? I don't want to hear that fucking shit. Low income didn't stop your motherfucking ass from learning. You stopped yourself from learning. You got a cell phone, don't you? Of course you do. You're fucking recording this shit from a cell phone. You got a tablet, don't you? That's what the fuck you could have been doing. You could have been learning something. You could have been applying what you learned.
Because for some reason you guys hate to be accountable. You hate when I talk about low income. You hate when I talk about the experience. And I know that the people that are judging and the people that get on here and argue with me without fucking profile pictures are low income, and that's okay. I'm trying to help you. That's the problem with low income. They don't want help. Only handouts.
She's right. And some people are actually willing to tell the truth about the insane cycle of trafficking.
Again, I never said it wasn't true. What I said is very simple. Who in the fuck encouraged it? We encouraged our people to do it. It was us. I'm fucking 48 years old. Am I the only person that remember this shit? God damn. They was encouraging these goddamn girls to get on it. My mother was waiting, 15 years or some shit? And by the time she ended up getting it, neither one of her children was in the house with her. And that was her fault. Me knowing my sister was in the house with her. So she ended up not getting it. Whose fucking fault is it? It's ours. And you know what I blame? I blame the motherfucking people who's not willing to check their own fucking people. I blame the motherfucking people who give more motherfucking energy to these Hispanics and what they doing and what they saying about us. Motherfuckers always talking about these fake Jews and Zionists and all this fucking energy toward that, but you won't put your foot in your own people's ass. I think that's wrong, man. I think it's wrong. You won't chastise your own people. That's not right, man. Something's got to be wrong with that. And that's not no emotions. That's not no fucking feelings. That's real shit. Something is wrong with that. You won't chastise your own motherfucking children, but you'll sit up here and chastise other motherfuckers' children, i.e. Hispanics, Zionists, fake Jews and all, but you won't chastise your... That ain't right, man. That ain't right.
Yourself in programs like this, you'll look around and see nothing but depression, disparity, and dysfunction. And before you know it, you're smack in the middle of it. From low-quality daycares and failing schools to filth, crime, and...
You got total strangers watching your motherfucking babies. For the slow, the pathetic, and the vile, I will say it again. You don't see nothing wrong with total strangers watching your children. I guess I'm emotional about that too, huh? Okay.
Whole environment stuck in straight up stagnation. And not just to beat up on the Section 8 folks, but anybody stuck around people with piss poor poverty mindsets. You can be living outside of that environment, but still share the same mindset. Yeah, keep on hanging with people with the piss poor poverty mindset, and you'll be initiated in the club too. No different from a woman stuck around nothing but single mothers raising kids alone. or getting advice from those type of people. You know what will more than likely happen to.
Now, you heard what she just said? It's no different than hanging around single mothers. You notice what she just said? Now, let me bust this bitch bubble. Y'all ready for this? It was y'all dumbass fucking women that wouldn't check these women. It was y'all who knew these women were treating men like shit. It was y'all who knew that these women were getting pregnant on purpose to increase the Section 8 vouchers, and y'all said nothing. Do you see the bullshit, man? I'm gonna say it again. I've been saying it for millions of fucking times by now. The hearts and minds of men and women are corrupt. The hearts and minds of men and women are corrupt. The hearts and minds of men and women are corrupt. To this day, women don't check these bitches on the vile, disgusting shit they do. They still ain't checking them. But she just had the nerve to say, well, the only thing they did was spent all their time around single mothers. Just shut up, lady. Just.
That woman, she's going to become the same person. Because for one, the level of expectation is reduced, and what's considered normal in that group will become her reality too.
And the protection she had from the sisterhood. Damn, just tell it all, man. God damn. Just tell it all. These fucking bitches still protect these turds. They still look in the other direction. They still want Chester. We back to that again. Like I told y'all, everybody talk about what these Hispanics is doing and how they treat us and how they pissed off at us because we didn't want to roll with them and all this other shit. Motherfuckers talking about these fucking Africans and all this shit. These two fucking ugly ass African twin girls and shit. I can't think of their name. The Kenya twins or some shit. Two ugly ass motherfucking girls on here, motherfuckers giving them all this fucking attention and energy and all this shit. Then you got motherfuckers talking about Zionists and fake Jews and all this other motherfucking shit over here, but ain't nobody chastising their own fucking people. That's wrong, man. You talk all this shit now about Section 8 and this, that, and the other, but where was you dumbass bitches when y'all should have been checking them fucking sisters 8 years ago? 10 years ago, 15 years ago. The shit y'all just ignored and y'all knew them women was wrong. What about that?
What you do is surround yourself with people whose biggest accomplishment was pushing out a baby for a man that wasn't worth nothing, who she didn't really want or who didn't really want her. Then you're going to find yourself in that same number. Stuck pushing out babies for low-value men who don't have nothing and will only keep you struggling for decades, raising children in the same dysfunctional.
All I'm saying about that statement is that we're all responsible for that. It's all our fault. That's all I'm saying.
Environment. And then one day you'll become bitter from your own decisions and blame everybody else but yourself for falling into that trap, accepting that struggle life.
Yo, I want to get this mother Section 8 voucher up and just start the over. I feel like this is holding me the back. Like, seriously, I am tired. I'm tired of this motherfucking town. This town is fucking draining. There's no motherfucking jobs around this motherfucker. Daycares suck. The kids' families suck. Like, I'm tired. I really am. And when I say I'm tired, I am tired.
Now, here it is. I understand what she's saying because a lot of us are tired. And I get it. I'm not going to take nothing from that. Here's my fucking dilemma. All of this comes back to what I just said about we're not chastising our own fucking people. We're more controlled about what Donald Trump's shutting down than we are with putting a boot in our people's ass. Our people need our ass kicked. God damn. Our people need our ass kicked. And nobody's talking about it. We need our ass kicked for our behavior. That's the bottom line. And it will not work if some other culture come in and do it. Who gonna talk about that? What the fuck y'all got to say about that?
Seriously. I've been on Section 8 for what? October will be 3 years. It's time for me to get the fuck off this. This shit is holding me back. It really is.
Section 8 is done for.
Our people are holding us back. I just got through telling y'all it was us that encouraged us to get on it. So again, like how I'm saying, I ain't saying that what she's saying is not true. I have a serious motherfucking problem with the fact that people don't want to talk about everything. I keep explaining to y'all, I keep telling y'all, I said it a million motherfucking times. The people don't really know. That's the problem. A lot of people are still holding on to these celebrities and shit. You still got people out here defending Diddy because we ain't put our foot in Diddy's ass for the shit that he's done and all the other shit these other motherfucking brothers and sisters have done. God damn, are you not getting it? Diddy needs to be punished right along with all these other motherfucking celebrities. They need to be punished for what they've done. And nobody's talking about it. Bill Cosby needs to be punished for what he's done. Oprah Winfrey needs to be punished for what she's done. Michael Jordan needs to be punished for who he is and the shit he's done. You ain't no better than nobody else, man. And a lot of our people have gotten away with shit, and then we cry victim on the other side. You got niggas over here getting away with shit they ain't supposed to be getting away with, and then you got motherfuckers over here instead of doing anything about it, they crying victim. That's a fucking problem. And it's not getting any attention. None from nobody. I don't give a fuck if it's somebody I subscribe to or somebody that I just know. This shit is not getting any attention from anybody. That's my accusation. I'm accusing everybody of it.
The House is planning to cut the voucher program by 40%. Now, this not only affects the tenants who receive Section 8, but also the landlords and investors that have properties that rent out to Section 8 tenants, especially in low-income areas. You might have more vacancies now. Your apartments might go empty without any income if less people are qualifying for these programs and they're unable to pay rent.
And then you have the landlords. That's another part of this cycle nobody wants.
Here it is, right? I'm in Chicago. Everybody know that, right? Here it is. They've already admitted, they've already proven that the project housing thing was just that. It was a project. It was an experiment to see what would happen when you stack multiple families on top of each other for 16, 17 floors in an apartment building. We already know that it was an experiment to see what would happen. And our people practically tore themselves a fucking part living in Robert Taylor, living in Cabrini Green. Cabrini Green was fucked up. I don't give a fuck what type of representation Good Times gave you. Y'all remember Good Times? I don't give a fuck what that shit meant to y'all as a TV show. The projects that they was emulating in that TV show was fucked up. And they didn't even really show it to you in the TV show like they should have. Y'all heard about certain things in episodes. Oh, Pops, I had to walk up 10 flights of stairs. Or, John Amos to come in and he pissed off because he had to walk up all the stairs because the elevator wasn't working and shit like that. Yeah, they covered little shit like that. But Cabrini Green was fucked up. It was much bigger than John Amos being pissed off because he had to walk up all them stairs to get into his crib. It was bigger than that. And they didn't tell you like they should have. Cabrini Green was fucked up. So here's my point behind that. Everybody know that the fucking housing project thing was a total disaster. It was a total motherfucking failure. So if niggas had any motherfucking brains, the first thing that they would be saying is that we cannot no longer live under this fucking housing system to begin with. But like I said, that's only for any niggas who had any fucking brains. For niggas who weren't so disingenuous. Motherfuckers who was willing to talk about everything. Then it wouldn't be so hard when you hear me say it.
To talk about, you've got a bunch of investors also not happy with these changes because they think it's going to mess with their struggle housing scam they've been running for years. Yes, most Section 8 landlords, from big corporations to small owners with 1 to 3 units, are some of the worst housing managers in this country, period. They've been getting away with all kinds of mess, scamming the government, neglecting their properties, getting over on tenants, because deep down, they don't believe people on those programs deserve anything better. And no, I'm not talking about every single landlord. So don't show up in here talking about how you own Section 8 property and you're the best Section 8 landlord ever, so every other landlord is also top of the line. No, miss me with the baby by bimbo babble. Sure, there might be a few decent ones out there, but most of them slimy and disgusting. The kind of landlords who just want a guaranteed check from the government while sticking folks in some rundown property they wouldn't dare live in themselves.
But why is that though? Why is that the case? Because nobody wants to have a conversation about why are we the only thing living, walking around, breathing, flying on this earth that actually pays for this shit. That's how you get to a nothing ass fucking landlord. When you put money above everything else, that's how you get to a nothing ass landlord. You think anybody gonna talk about that in this video? I think not. You think anybody gonna drop down in the comment section and have something to say about this? I think not.
Not with the way the place looks or the condition of the neighborhood. And if Trump had his way and was able to go through with this, oh, those landlords will be in trouble too. Yeah, everybody involved will.
We back to this again. Who the fuck is Donald Trump? We back to that again. If Donald Trump is the president of a corporation, then what the fuck are we talking about?
Suffer, not just people on Section 8 getting kicked off the program. The landlords will be impacted too. They might still have tenants, but that long-term stable rent check from the government, gone. It's going to vanish. Then they'll be stuck with dealing with high delinquency, losing money, and realizing that without the guaranteed government money, their little slumlord hustle falls apart. They'll still have the same tenants. Nobody else is renting from them, but without that safety net, it hits them too, especially the slumlords. Bottom line, the system is broken, and a lot of folks are benefiting from keeping it that way, including these landlords that have created whole businesses around it. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this mess below. Got us to shut out.
I think it's nothing but a shit show, lady. And I'm out.